So this man, and yes, I presume it's a man, is saying, is there any legal way of preventing divorce? He says, I'm sure this will get certain people riled up. So let me preemptively say this is not to trap someone in a toxic marriage for the sake of abuse or exploitation. I don't think it's a mystery as to how common divorce is, at least in the US, and how some of the reasons for divorce can be frivolous. Since, in many ways, marriage is a legal agreement, I'm asking, is there a way to make that agreement and contract stronger as for either party to not easily break it and avoid the damage of divorce? Annulments used to be more popular when most marriages were a no fault position. Is there legal ways to make divorce less of an option? This isn't just about reducing the legal ramifications of divorce, but preserving a marriage through legal means. So, is there a legal way to trap somebody in a relationship even if one party decides that they want out? How do we keep a person trapped? That's all I really read. How do we legally keep someone trapped in a position that, they don't want to be in? How can we work this out? Are there any laws that we can pass? Are there any politicians that could get on board with sponsoring this bill? Let's look at some of these comments. OK Hovercraft says no, and we're not going back to before 1974, where women were not allowed to open a bank account or sign a lease without a male cosigner. The best way to prevent divorce is to be a good husband. No, we're not going to require women to stay trapped with you because they made the mistake of marrying you. And if you think you want to try, maybe look at what's happening because y'all wanted to take away our reproductive rights. A whole bunch of my young women friends went out and had their tubes removed because they would rather make it so they can't get pregnant than risk dying because they did get pregnant. So if you guys want to try to take away no fault divorce, go ahead and try, but we're not going to let you. And even if you succeeded, that means nobody's going to marry you. Who would marry you if they have to worry that they can't get away if you become abusive, physically, financially, verbally, mentally, etc.? Absolutely not. And I can tell you right now that if we couldn't get divorced, we would never get married. Go ahead and play that hand and see how it goes. Also, you don't get to decide if people are divorcing for frivolous reasons. I'm actually dying of curiosity to find out what you think is a frivolous reason people are getting divorced for. My state has annulments like they always had. If fraud was involved in the marriage, you can have an annulment. And then the OP just says, you seem riled up. Someone responds to him saying, you seem gaslighty. I can totally see why you have concerns of being abandoned. This person says the best way to prevent divorce is to be a good spouse. And then McFly says, you do know there are plenty of crazy women out there. Stop with the man hate. I'm pretty sure a bunch of your friends didn't get their tubes removed. Your threat to not get married isn't a threat, as most men would prefer not to get married. And if that's the case, why is this even a question? This person says, get married to a Filipino in the Philippines. No divorce in the Philippines. OP would be responsible for financing her family, including her parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, and nieces and nephews. And then So Dave says, only if he wanted to. Mystery by Moonlight says 80% of divorces are initiated by the wife. Multiple studies have shown that women do most or all of the housework, childcare, pet care, and emotional labor of running a household and family. Corn addiction has caused a skyrocketing increase in ED called PIED or corn induced ED. If you're a male and you want to strengthen a marriage, then do your share of everything without being asked or reminded. And don't treat your wife like a human fleshlight, a self pleasuring tool. And then he edits to say not legal advice because the OP asks if this is legal advice. And the person just says no. No, because I wish the OP would know and understand that nobody has the right to keep women in a divorce anymore. Women can go freely. That whole right to be a human and stuff. Now, women have that as of right now, still. Hopefully, we can keep that right to go here and there and everywhere. Hopefully, we can keep that right. Okay, so this person says, if I understand what you're asking correctly, yes, it's called a prenup, where two people agree beforehand the consequences of ending the marriage, which can be arbitrarily draconian for both parties. And Mystery by Moonlight says consequences are not the same as preventing divorce. And then that person says, do you understand what arbitrarily draconian actually means? If upon divorce, all assets of both parties and the marriage are to be sent to sent to fund a local charity, who is going to get a divorce? And then that person responds with someone who wants to leave their spouse. Then Sith Song says, well, the question was how to make the contract stronger. My answer was an additional contract with stronger language. I don't see how I'm wrong. And then that person says the question was about preventing divorce. We're going back and forth. There's no real way to prevent divorce or make divorce harder to get. These people can go back and forth as much as they want. You're not going to change that because women actually get to be politicians these days and we're voters these days. And women are not going to go back to a time where we're stuck in an unhappy, unproductive, unsafe marriage. You guys jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. This is a warning. This next video is gross. So if you are eating, put your food down and come back in 20 to 30 minutes. If you just ate, put your food down. I'm sorry. If you just ate, wait 20 to 30 minutes before watching this because it is gross. She says, is it possible to tell my boyfriend that his lack of personal hygiene has been impacting my health in a polite way? My boyfriend and I, and they're both 22, have been in a relationship for close to 2 years now. He stays over at my place a lot, so I've come to experience his daily habits up close and personal. One thing that I really noticed is his lack of personal hygiene. Although he does shower every morning to every 3 days, okay, it's I've come to notice that his feet unbearably smell. Like not just your average funky feet smell, but it's borderline overwhelming at times, and the smell stains. What I mean by that is that whenever he stays over at my place, he leaves a lingering smell of feet in the bed sheets. I can even smell it from across the room. One time he left his feet on my pillow and it became embedded into the pillow itself, not just the cover. One of my friends hosts house parties frequently, and people would always comment on the smell the moment he takes his shoes off. His hair is also very greasy, but at the same time gets a lot of dandruff. I have recommended that he not use his regular 3-in-1 soap as it could be contributing to the issue. And I've also bought him new shampoo and conditioner, but he refuses to use them, saying it's a girl thing. I also have to remind him to brush his teeth every morning and night. Sometimes I get lucky and he does it himself, but they're always covered in plaque. And I've driven him to past 2 dental appointments, and he's had cavities both times. He doesn't pay attention when he pees. He likes to use his phone when he uses the bathroom. So when he's done with his business, there's always a few spots of pee on his pants. Oh my God. At worst, he doesn't wear pants when he uses the bathroom at night. So when he comes back, there are wet spots in my bed. My mattress has begun to smell like urine because of this, and I'm getting tired of trying to scrub it out with baking soda. I have very sensitive skin and eczema on certain parts of my body. Whenever he would lick me during lovemaking or his feet touches me, my skin would get red and irritated. I thought this was just normal for me, but we spent 3 weeks apart. My skin would become healthy again. But one night with him, it would leave it red and itchy once again. Y'all, I'm literally itching right now as I read this. Oh my God, this is gross. I have brought up all these issues with him as gently as I could, but he would immediately get defensive and say that it's my problem. My skin is so bad for expecting too much from him. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, so I would really appreciate some advice on how to bring these things up to him. Women have got to stop being so nice. This is a health issue and she needs to get rid of this person. This is a health issue, and it's going to be a financial issue. It's going to be a mental health issue. It's going to be a financial issue because she's going to have to spend more money to get her health back in line. It's going to be a mental health and emotional health issue because this is going to stress her out. This is the reason why all of the healths impact each other. Emotional, physical, financial, all of that works together, and this man is impacting her health in general, and she needs to get rid of him. Okay, this person says your boyfriend is just disgusting. He's 22 and has been managed to be considered decent and isn't taking your boundaries seriously, especially sensitive skin. He's also ruining your furniture like bro. It's not even about him being gross anymore, which he is very much, but about the fact that he is just not willing to listen to you and thinks hygiene is for girls. This person says, are you really allowing this jerk to stick his peen inside of you? The UTIs, oh gosh, gyno bills, oh my God. Dating a petri dish can't afford to destroy your health. Absolutely, this is gross. Do not allow people to touch you that are gross. If someone's mouth is giving you a UTI or a yeast infection, it's time to go. Ladies, stop being so nice. Stop worrying about these people's feeling so much. Tell him the issue. If he does not fix the issue, then you move on. This is impacting your health. I didn't even realize my ex-boyfriend's mouth was the cause of my never-ending yeast infections until after we split up, and I'd been infection-free for a few weeks. That's not something they really teach you in school, unfortunately, but we're talking about it on social media now. This person says, every day I hear something disgusting about men, and I'm lucky to be single. Someone else says, me too. This this is this is bad, y'all. Dude is the human version of a Komodo dragon by choice because he's disgusting, and she's still wondering how to address the issue politely. This person says, the BV, good God, it must be like weekly at this point. This person says, taking BV meds takes a 7-day course and can be transferred back and forth if both don't take the course of meds. This person says, a walking vial petri dish. Y'all, just say no. Stop worrying so much about these other people's emotions when you should be worried about your own health. And I'm going to end it at that. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.